Okay, so I just wanted to run through a few different exercise fuel burning profiles that we commonly see with testing. And these different profiles, the people with them experience different things with exercise. So your fuel burning profiles are really important. I guess the body burns fuel very similar to a car. As you put your foot on the accelerator in the car, you let more fuel into the engine, burn more fuel, so the car produces more power and goes faster. And that's really the same with the body. Basically, you have increasing power represented by increasing heart rate along the bottom here, plus the amount of fat and carbohydrate that you're burning. The thing with the body is it burns those two types of fuel, and initially you would hope that a lot of your fuel comes from fat, and then as you get up into really high power outputs, then carbohydrate burning comes up a lot. And that's pretty normal because the body takes a lot longer to turn fat into energy than it does to turn carbohydrate into energy. So once you get up to really high power outputs or really high heart rates, your body can't use fat anymore. The better your body can use fat while you're exercising though, generally the fitter you are and the better geared you are for endurance exercise, because you're not dipping into those carbohydrate stores. It's when we run low on carbohydrate that we start to feel fatigue. So the more you can conserve carbohydrate during exercise, the faster you can go, the better you can go, and generally the better you'll perform at endurance events. We all know what it's like to run out of fuel in events, and it certainly puts the brakes on. So we want to see this fat burning curve. This is a pretty ideal sort of situation here. We want to see that fat burning curve rise up. We want to see this crossover point over to the right here as far as possible. And really the ultimate goal is we want to see this carbohydrate burning curve start to rise up much later in exercise, meaning that you can work at a higher intensity, higher speed, higher power output without dipping into your carbohydrate stores too much. We see some other tests, and this person here is obviously a good fat burner, sort of person that can go all day because they don't burn much carbohydrate at all through a lot of these exercise intensities. But this is more the type of fuel profile in someone who's not going to do a really fast marathon. They need to get a little bit better at that top end before they might do a fast marathon. They certainly go all day, but might have struggle hitting that top end. This is a fuel burning profile of someone who might struggle to lose weight, obviously not burning much fat at all during exercise, and they're going to do it tough losing weight, because no matter how much time they exercise for, they're not burning a lot of fat. So this person needs to train their body to burn fat better before they can set some really good weight loss goals. If your fuel burning profile's like this, you need to think more about some training goals rather than weight loss goals initially, because weight loss will be a struggle initially. Another fuel burning profile that we see a lot in the clinic is chronic fatigue, and you can see here people with chronic fatigue, their fat burning is extremely low and drops off to zero at very low heart rates. So they're relying primarily on carbohydrate burning all the time that they're exercising, which means that they get fatigued much more quickly than everyone else. And in fact, these guys unfortunately usually have very low fat burning at rest. So even at rest, they're always chewing into those carbohydrate stores. And like I said, when you're in a marathon or in a triathlon, everyone I know knows what it's like to run out of fuel. It really puts the brakes on, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't go any faster. So these chronic fatigue people are pretty much in a state like that all the time. Anyway, summarise this. Basically, this is the sort of curve you're aiming for. You can work with your interval training sessions, specific interval training sessions, and your nutrition to improve this.